So the first thing I like to start off with is giving you the floor and just explaining your background and giving us like a brief on all your music and what you do and where it's done, all of that.
Okay. So my name is Nick Dagon, aka Dagon Von Lovecraft. I started making music around 2003 in the Buffalo punk scene. Started with a band called Kunscab, which then a band which I did vocals primarily. A band after that I was in, a little more popular, a little more famous as Amish Noise, which we did for a few years around 2010, 2011. And then I was in a band that I kind of started doing all the writing, called Cripple Mess around like 2012 to like 2018. There's a few other bands in there, scattered in there. But the latest incarnate would be my solo project, which is called Dagon Von Lovecraft. I do everything. I do bass, guitar, vocals, recording, samples, all that jazz. Really, yeah. And, played a lot of tours, done a lot of touring, done a lot of albums. I think I'm on album number 21, possibly, at this point.
Wow.
I don't really, yeah. It was a lot of time.
So you're
finally started to get some traction, too.
Definitely no stranger to music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like you said, you've been doing music for a long time. Is there anything you've learned along the way that you wish you would have known sooner?
Yeah. Look into everything. Promoters. Make sure you get paid it beforehand, or make sure you get a guarantee, because a lot of these promoters, they try to rip off anybody they can, especially younger kids,
Yeah.
and then they won't even pay you sometimes. So, especially if you're a band that's young kids, you travel, like we were traveling all over. So that was how we got to the next gig. So that is my best advice, especially for any musician starting out. Just make sure you get some sort of guarantee.
Okay.
Sure.
So I want to ask about touring, because obviously this is a music podcast and there have been many artists on the show, but doing concerts and performances and stuff like that, I haven't talked to a lot of people that have actually done that. So can you just explain the atmosphere, what goes into practicing, how do you prepare, and how do you choose your set list?
Set list usually is kind of it's kind of organic. What kind of gets you pumped up, what gets us going, and what people and then you usually finish with what your most popular songs would be, as far as you would know, depending on your where you're at in your career. But and I mean the atmosphere as far as touring is wild, crazy. A lot of the places we were playing was like punk houses. I don't know if you're familiar, but like basement shows and younger kids putting on their own shows, DIY, and that's a wild atmosphere, because you go to some places and you're sleeping on a dirty floor. You've been drinking all night, and it's a wild atmosphere, but it takes a tough soul to go through it, I would say. A lot of people try to say that I could do that, and then you see after that second, third day, they're missing their mommies and their home life. So it's really, it's not for everybody, but if you can do that, then you got the goods to be a musician.
All right. Do you have any good stories that you're willing to share?
Let me try to think of some. There's one in particular, actually. It was a Amish Noise. We played this show in this punk house. I believe it was called the Meat Mansion, which sounds dirty, but it's just because they collected, sounds weird, but roadkill and kept to use the furs. Yeah, wild people.
Wow,
this is in Detroit. It's in Detroit, so kind of a wild city.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, we were all, drinking. We had walked into the show and they bought us, they knew what our favorite kinds of beer were. So they had a box of 40s for me. And, we played a great set. And then we got hammered. And I woke up to having no shoes on. My pants were cut up. And then I'm looking on the TV and there's tranny porn.
Wow. All right.
And I'm like, what is going on? And then I go on and I look in the mirror and they wrote all over my face because I guess I was the first one to fall asleep. So yeah, that was interesting.
Wow. All right.
I was a little angry, but now it's funny at least.
Yeah. At what point did that happen in your career? Was that early on or like halfway
That
through?
would be early on. Yeah, that was when I was younger, like 2010, probably 2011.
All right. So back into the music. Can you explain your creative process and how you go about creating your music?
Yeah, it's evolved a little bit. There's, a few different ways I did it. I used to start off with just an idea, a thought of like a concept. And then usually I'd write the lyrics first and then kind of work my way into the guitar and the drums and whatnot. Being in a band, usually they would come up, being in other bands and me singing, usually they would come up with the riff ideas, write the whole song, and then I would just write the lyrics over it. But as I started to do it on my own, it gets a little more in depth, which is cool because you can be more, I could be more picky and choosy. Like I'll work on a song because I have a studio here, and I'll work on a song for sometimes 2 to 3 months just to get everything perfect, and it's awesome because then you hear the finished product and you're like, this is exactly what I wanted. So really now it used to be kind of write the song, rehearse it, record it. Now it's come up with an idea, gradually write it, take your time with it. So it's evolved a little bit differently now that I have a little more money and a little more time. So yeah. So basically just I kind of, usually the thoughts will come up to me randomly too. Like I'll be doing whatever. Sometimes they've even come from me just having conversations with my daughter. She'd be saying some random, the new generation talking about, she said brain rot the other day. I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, that'd be an awesome song title though. So I made it a song title for her,
It actually is not a bad song title. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what about your album process? Do you go about making an album with like a story in mind, or you just throw songs together? And how long are your albums typically?
Typically, like the last two, the one that I'm just about to release is called Please Plan Accordingly. It's a lot of reggae. I do like covers of older songs doing reggae. Half of it's that, and then the other half is originals. But I come up with the concept beforehand. I don't know why. It just kind of happens organically like that. And then I'll be like, I'll write it down, or I'll write a couple ideas down. And then I'll start coming up with songs gradually over like a process of a year usually. So, yeah. Usually I come up with the whole idea first. Like, there's even an idea floating around here now that I'm thinking about doing like a movie rock opera kind of thing concept, which should be, interesting.
All right. So, on average, it takes you about a year to make a full album?
Yeah.
Roughly, okay. How many tracks is that? 20, 15?
Yeah, the last one was, that's funny that you said that because the last one was 20. Mm-hmm. One before that was 15.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So,
right on point.
This upcoming album, other than the music, what makes it special?
Just the thought that put into it, the time, what had gone on in my life. I lost a lot of friends in the last year. 2 of my best friends, actually, they were both brothers too, which is wild. And just, I think it made a great album though, because I was writing it and singing it, I feel like, for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's what's special. It's giving me goosebumps right now talking about it, but that's what I think makes that album special. And I did a lot of reggae because me and my buddy, we always talked about moving to Jamaica. And so it's special in that way, I would say.
I'm sorry to hear that, but definitely looking forward to hearing the album and seeing your hard work come to life. What else are you working on? You mentioned a documentary. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. My friend, and he kind of sprung it on me. His name is Michael Stone. He's going to school for film or something, and he had said that he was doing a film about local artists. and he wanted me to get a few interviews about myself from former bandmates, and I was like, okay, that's kind of random, but I did that, and the whole. He kept asking me for more, and I'm like, this is a lot of interviews for just a little segment, I'm assuming. And then all of a sudden, he told me that he's making a documentary, and he sent it to me. So I was pretty flattered. I didn't think anybody'd ever do that. And then because he had to do interviews with me, and it was released March 7th, I believe is when he released it. This official release is a free. You can watch it for free for the time being on YouTube right now. On my page, I put it up there. But it's about 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's interviews, packed with interviews, live stuff. Talks about a little bit about my childhood, and it's really good though. I actually didn't think I'd like it because it's watching yourself. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was pretty cool actually. He did a really good job, so very flattered about it. When I was and we should have an official release at some sort of movie theater here soon. I know he's working on getting on actual movie platforms, which is a long process, from what I've heard. So, but for now, it's free on YouTube, so any viewers want to watch it.
I mean, I'll probably check it out. That sounds like 2.5 hours. That is definitely full length.
It is. It definitely is.
So you've been doing music a long time. Is there anything you haven't done yet that you're looking to experiment with?
I haven't played in Europe or anywhere over there, Asia or any place like that. That is something that is really something I'd like to do, which I'm kind of working the gears out to see if I can figure out something. My daughter's always wanted to go to Japan, so and I know how cheap it is to go there. Well, to stay there, so we might do a little Japanese tour. I don't know, but that's my thought next, which actually have quite a few fans over there, so it would be pretty cool.
Yeah. That's very cool. So how long does it take to plan a tour? Like, do you need to get a manager, or can you do all this by yourself?
You do probably, in retrospect, I probably could. I have one now, but I probably could have used one. But it really, when you do it yourself, the DIY method, the punk rock kind of, it really teaches you a lot about the industry, teaches you a lot about people, and kind of helps you in your career, especially nowadays, because with technology and everything, it's a lot easier to get they have even apps to book tours for but back in the day, I had me and my buddy, we had like a long list just from playing shows for our whole young teenage years and whatnot. And I just went off of that, and I'd call all these people, and they would tell me call another, if they didn't have something available, call another one or hop on another show. It takes roughly, say, you probably book it either a year ahead or about at least 6 months ahead.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a long process, and it's frustrating.
How many locations do you schedule at a time?
Usually I try to do at least a week at the least. Sometimes I'll do a weekend here and there, like 3 days. But typically a week or 2 weeks, because it's really not worth your time unless you're doing them. And then every once, I've only done like 1 30-day, so those are hard to do. But
yeah. Is there any venue that you always go back to and one that you look forward to going to?
There is Portland, Maine. I can't think of the name of that place now. It's slipping my mind. It is in Portland, Maine. It's a really nice venue. I just can't think of the name of it right now.
Okay.
But I mean, the last time I played there was I was in a death metal band, and it was packed to the brim, and the people were supportive. They bought all of our stuff. I'm just really into it. There's a few mosh pits and stuff, so it was really cool. Wish I could think of the name, but Portland, Maine is a cool place. Anyways, I love Maine.
All right. Let's see here. Interesting question for you. I usually ask this for younger artists. Where do you see yourself in the next coming years with your music? Where do you want to be?
I'd like to be. I'm pretty comfortable right now. I'd like to be a little more ahead of the game, be able to make a little more money, just a little bit more, and be able to just live off just this. That would be amazing, because I'm getting there, but I'm not quite there yet. But that is the ultimate goal. And then I could be a father, stay home more, take her on tour with me even if she wants to go, and you know, not have to work a stupid job and listen to anybody.
Right.
And actually, I'm lucky on that respect because I work for friends of mine, so it's a little better. But
all right, so closing segment here. I will give you the floor. Just summarize what you're working on and what the audience can look forward to and where they can find you.
All right. Well, I'm working on the new album is finished. It's all done. That will be released within the next 2 weeks. Please plan accordingly. Half of it would be covers, reggae covers of older songs. Like I'll say one is Whiskey in the Jarro. And then the other half is originals, which are a little more heavier. But it's a double disc, if you know anybody who gets CDs these days. And then, like I said, I'm going to be doing a touring this summer. Definitely going to. We're going to start off. We're doing a festival in my town. It's kind of where me and my brother, the guys who I said passed away, we grew up drinking and hanging out. We're going to do a little festival at the park for their honor, and that'll kick off the tour. So that'll be cool. That's going to be this summer. Yeah, and you can find me on YouTube, Dagon Von Lovecraft, Facebook, Instagram, all those. I'm on streaming on all major platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, all that.
Actually, one more question for you. Where can we find your tour dates?
Tour dates will be usually on my Facebook page.
Okay.
I'm working on a web page too, which will be hopefully up sooner than later. But I have someone working on that, so hopefully within the next couple months, and everything will be on there: merchandise, tour dates, all that.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
I appreciate you having me.
All right. Well, you take care, okay?
You too, boss.